Greetings. Welcome to the Yang Style Long Form class. I'm Michael Gilman. Today we have quite a few movements to cover. It's a beautiful section. It's a section that we've already looked at a lot of these movements, and yet we're going to do variations on them, which makes it interesting and exciting at the same time. And so I think we just better get right to it. I have a lot I want to cover today. All right, so let's start off as always. Wu Chi stance. Feet pressing down, shoulder width, knees soft. Top of the head lifting, chin tucked under. Shoulders and upper ribs suspended from above. Breathing in and out through the nose, directing the breath to the lower belly. Take an integration breath. Good. Turn the waist. This waist turning, remember, is about the most important thing you can do. You can do it any place, anytime. It's very, very good for tuning up the spine. Rolling down. Rolling up. Shake. Loosen free, loosen free. Shake a leg. Little kicks. Shake a leg. Kick. Turn the waist. Rolling down. Rolling up. Great. One more. Integration breath. Opening yourself up. Inviting the energy in and allowing it to sink through the body. And down. All right, let's go over the last couple of movements. We'll do step back and repulse monkey and slanting flying. I didn't get a chance to go over slanting flying, really, really carefully. It's not too difficult, so let's look again. I'll do it in the direction first that we do it in the form, which would be here. Step back, repulse monkey right. Step back, repulse monkey left. Step back, repulse monkey right. Slanting flying, open. Step and open. Okay, so again, this direction. Now remember, do not move the body when stepping. There's a tendency to want to fall back. Do not do that. Sink the weight into the right foot as you touch down, then repulse monkey right. Don't forget to turn the toe in forward. Hand comes to center of the body. Back straight. Don't lean back. Okay, once again, open slightly to the left side, freeing up the foot. Then repulse monkey. Remember, this hand twists as it comes down. The other hand comes to the center. Repulse monkey. Left. Once more, open. Remember, the hand just comes right up by the shoulder as you step back. Sometimes you'll see, this arm, people make this arm come way back. I don't do that. We just bring it up as you step back. And repulse monkey right. Next, the right hand drops down, the left hand comes up as you open to your beginning direction. Sink the weight as you stepping slightly to the right, straight ahead. And finally, splitting the energy, opening up. The right hand ends up in line with the right leg, elbow slightly out. You're gazing just beyond the hand. The other arm is straight. You don't want to have the elbow bent. You don't want to have this wrist bent. It's straight. Slanting, flying. Once again, slanting, flying. Now, the way I told you to do it in the learning process is a three-step. One, open, bringing the toe over past the other foot. The waist opens halfway. Second, sink and step slightly to the right. And third, open. Now make sure that the arm is not doing this. The arm is not doing this. It's the whole body. You see, the arm is just moving with the body. Slanting, flying. And remember, you're using the back. The feeling is that you're pushing with the back of the body. So the back is doing the work here. Slanting, flying. Okay? Now, one other way that you can do it, the way I do it, but once you've gained the sort of feeling for this movement, again, I remind you that you're opening and stepping at the same time. So by the time the right hand hits, the right foot hits, and then you open. Once more in this direction. Opening, stepping, and slanting, flying. Okay, so let me demonstrate the movements that we're going to be doing today. We have quite a lot, and I think you'll enjoy this lesson. And then I'll call out Bijal is here to help again as the model, partner, friend, dummy. And then I'll show you the applications, and then we'll work on them, okay? So let me demonstrate first the sequence. And I think I'll do it so that I'll do it facing you so that you can see kind of a little bit what's going on first, and then from slanting, flying, sinking, relaxing, moving slightly backwards, neutralize, and raise hands, closing in. Stork spreads its wings, neutralize to the side. Step in, apply shoulder, and open. Dingbo stance on toe. Left brush knee, neutralize, neutralize. Step in the usual left brush knee direction and push. Needle at C bottom, relax. Replace the right foot. Circle the hand, dingbo stance on toe, and searching for a needle at the bottom of the C. And lastly, fan through the back, coming back up, stepping ahead and opening a fan. Fan through the back. Okay, so Bijou can kind of get herself ready. I'll do this one more time from the back while she gets herself out here. Raise hands, neutralize, yep. Stork spreads its wings. Turn, step, shoulder, open. Left brush knee, block, block, punch. Needle at C bottom. Circle, come down. Fan through the back. Lift up and open. Okay, so Bijou, if you come on in. Greetings, 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 as always. Okay, so raise hands. Now we've seen raise hands before. The first raise hands, we were coming from single whip, and the partner was attacking underneath with the rib. So what we did was we sank back, and basically this hand made a secure thing, and then this hand came along and crushed it. You see from here, we let her in and broke her arm. Okay, this time we're coming from straight ahead. So when she goes to punch me, first thing I'm going to do is neutralize and empty. Now, you know, when somebody sees a target, for instance, say she's going to hit me here, she's fully extended at this particular point. This is her target. Now, when I get back slightly, it doesn't take much to get out, and now she's fully extended, and she has a problem, and it doesn't bother me. So, and even so, if she happened to be a little closer and could get me, I'm going to be turning slightly to this side so that even if she were to hit me, it's going to sort of glance off. So from here is this neutralizes, and then I come in and close using this hand to close. The first one, this secured, and this came to break. This time, this secures, and this one comes to break. So we're still using this, what we call crushing strength, which is kind of scary. Right? So, okay, same thing. So once again, she's going to come in. I'm going to get back, neutralize, then close, and of course, this can kick again as always. Okay, so that's raise hands. Next is Stork spreads its wings. Now this is one of my favorite moves. I really like this one. Following raise hands, she's going to come in with this side. Now, if you remember in the first Stork spreads wing, she came in with this side, and I neutralized around and chopped behind her. Now she's coming in with this side, and so it's a little tricky for me to do that. So what I'm going to do is what we call neutralize in. So she's just coming in, just kind of turn and slap. Now you see she's very overextended. So what I'm going to do is just sort of placing this hand here to secure, I'm going to step into her space and apply my shoulder. Since her head is so far out here, her head's going to get it, but if she was back here, when I did this, then I would apply the shoulder to her center or chest, right? And at the same time that I do this, so she's coming in, this hand comes up because she has another hand, you know, if she was doing something, I could block here, I could hit her here, or this could strike in and come in. Now, this is the first time I think we've done a full shoulder strike. And so if you just stand there. Now, we talk about distance. Remember, the furthest distance is the kick. See, I can reach her with the foot, I can't reach her with the hand. Next is the fist, but I can't reach her with anything else. Next is elbow. I can reach her with the elbow, but I can't reach her with my shoulder, and I can't hit her too well, it's too close. I can get her with my knee. It's hard to kick here, you get a little kick, but the knee is very strong. I can't get her with my hip. Next is I've got to get right in her space. Here I can apply shoulder or I can apply hip. And but the elbow, I'm too close for elbow, I'm too close for punching. You see, so everything has its space, and you must not abuse this spacing. Okay, so in this case, when she's punching in here, I'm now in her space. All I'm going to do is move into her space, and she just happens to be there and gets smacked. As she falls back and withdraws, I change my hand. This hand secures her, and this hand then comes up for a back chop, like so. Stork spreads its wings. Okay, next, left brush knee. We've had so many left brush knees, and they've all been dealing with one punch. This time it's a double punch. And in this case, she's going to first punch. So here I am at Stork spreads its wing. She's first going to punch me with this, so I neutralize like we have. Then she punches me with the other hand, which I neutralize to this side, step behind her, open her up, and strike. So I could strike here, but see, she blocked. That was good. She blocked, right? So she blocked. So if you block, then I take it out of the way and use my second. So it's good defense against two punches, or in that case, she blocked me. I could then interfere with it and then still attack. Okay. The next is, so that's left brush knee. Next is Stork spreads its wings. This is one of the most interesting and slightly tricky movements of the form. This is one of the only times where we change the angle of the torso. I'm going to bend down, you see. Now you can stay there, it's fine. And I will bow to you. Okay, so now if you look at this movement here, see, I learned this from Queen Victoria. Queen Victoria, oh gee. Okay, so you're taking some energy down. So what this one is she has grabbed me after my left brush knee. What I can do is I can grab and pull her down. It's a little tricky. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull her down. And this is what we call tsai, another one of the basic energies, or pull down. Now, pull down can be a devastating, one of the most terrible movements of all. Yeah, so if you're relaxed, say she's relaxed, and you look at her, now she's nice and relaxed, and when I pull, you see how her neck goes like that? And so it's very easy to give somebody a whiplash if you do this hard. If you just walk, bam, like that, oh, you know, very, very terrible movement. So one has to be very careful when you're practicing this movement. Okay, so I'm going to pull her down, but if she mostly when somebody grabs a hold, they glom on like a clam. And so, you see, so I can grab her and pull her down because she held on. But if, say, I go and she lets go, well, it's very difficult. I have nothing to grab a hold of. So when we do this movement, we do what we call securing the hand. So as I come around getting ready, I just hold on to her hand here. Now she can't let go. And I go and then take her down. Okay. Now this is what's called a wrist lock, and it doesn't look like much, but it's very painful. And she is not exaggerating, and I can tell you, it doesn't take much. So you just have to get the wrist, let's come over this side. So you get the wrist bent like this. Her wrist is kind of tight. She's doing printing work. This little kind of, she doesn't want, you need to work on this. So what we're going to do, I come over, I secure it, and then I bend the wrist down and towards her, right? And that's what we call knee, let's see bottom. The last movement is what we call fan through the back. Let's say I go to do knee, let's see bottom, and somehow I don't get a good grip, and now she's, of course, what's she going to do? She's going to try and escape, right? No, she's going to attack. Most people would try and escape, right? Right. So as she goes to escape, I follow her up and attack her, you see? So here, and attack her underneath her arm. She's the one who's, again, she's holding on, you see? So when I lift my arm up, she's glommed on and I can attack her underneath. And that's what we call fan through the back. What I do is secure, after I'm up, I add a little pull to this so I can penetrate the energy into her body a little bit more. Use a pull at the same time I'm striking. I don't have to do that, but it makes the movement a little more solid. Well, I think that's that. Thanks. Okay, so she made me promise not to do that knee to see bottom too much because that is very painful. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about this and demonstrate once again, then we'll break them up. First, what we did, so this is all going to be happening in this direction. I'll turn around to face you so you can see as we do it, from slanting flying. First, she punched in. In order to get back, to jump backwards, I have to make sure I'm sinking into the forward foot, so I release the back foot, replace the back foot. As I come back, the body is emptying, neutralizing, turning. You see, this is all moving together, you see. Even though it appears like this is doing something and then this is going to do something, it's all together. The body's all moving together. So here we relax. As we neutralize, we shift back. First we turn. This is about belly button level. Then, as we do Dingbo stance on heel, this hand closes. And at this point, two hands are squeezing in to make that pressure. Next, she was punching directly in. So first we neutralize to the side. This is on her elbow. Stepped into her center. This hand came up to either protect myself or to attack. And I just move into her space with the shoulder. Then I grabbed hold of her wrist, and as I pull her wrist down, this hand comes up for striking backwards. Good. Next, she punched me, so double punch. So 1, 2, step in, open her up, and strike. She grabbed, I relax. Always, when somebody grabs, always relax first. Then I grab her arm around, come over her wrist, and press down and into her body. Let's say she tries to escape. So I relax, lift up the arm, step in, and strike with the wrist. Okay, so let's work on each one of these separately. Okay, so the first one we're going to do is going to be raise hands. Raise hands. So let's do it in the proper direction. First, the foot movement. Sink into the forward foot. Lift up. Replace the foot, basically in the same spot. Shift back, pull in, the torso turns a little bit to the right, then Dingbo stance on heel, a little bit to the right, not quite straight, a little bit to the right. Okay? So it's sink, replace, Dingbo on toe, Dingbo on heel. With the hands. Sink, relax. Replace. As you shift back, the left hand neutralizes to the center. Right hand's relaxed. As you do Dingbo stance on heel, the two hands close. Relax. Replace. As you empty, the left hand comes up to neutralize, ending up slightly, it's right in front of the belly button. And finally, close up. Okay. 1, relax. 2, replace. 3, neutralize. 4, close. Relax, replace, neutralize, and close. Okay, let's put these two together. Slanting flying. Come center open. Step to the side and slanting flying. Raise hands, sink, get back, neutralize, and close. Okay, one more time, these two. Center, step, open. Relax, replace, neutralize, and close. Okay, next is Stork spreads its wings. Stork spreads its wings. Let's look at the foot movements. 1, the torso is going to turn as you pull into Dingbo on toe. You pull into Dingbo on toe and turn the torso to face the left corner. From Dingbo stance on heel, pull in, turn the torso. Next, we're going to replace this right foot at a 45-degree angle. Now it's a little odd because they're going to be at about the same plane. See, when I step in, they're going to, see, here we have this spacing. When you step here, it feels a little odd. It's a little odd, but it's going to be fine. For sideways movement, it's going to be fine. The feet are basically parallel in the direction my torso's headed here. My feet are basically parallel, so this works as a sideways movement. It doesn't work if I were trying to move my torso this way, but since I'm going sideways and I'm hitting in with the shoulder, this works. With this foot, it makes a good break. You see, if it's like this and I'm trying to go sideways, then this is very uncomfortable. You can't do that really. Okay, so the foot movement of this is turn, pull in. Now here I could kick while I'm stacked, I could kick or something, but I'm going to put the foot down and shift the torso over. Now the tendency here is to lean. If you lean even the slightest bit, you're going to fall over. You're very vulnerable to being uprooted very easily. You want to make sure, if you concentrate on the hip, if you're hitting something with your hip, that's better than the shoulder. The shoulder you can lean a little more. It's hard to kind of get the hip there without the rest of your body going there. Okay, so 1, the two hands come with the body turning to the side. Now, I always say, in my philosophy, the arms do not cross the body. I would not do something like this so that I'm closed up. Now, it looks like, from your standpoint, it looks like the arms are crossing the body, I'm sure, but when I turn my torso, you see they're right in front of me. They're right in front of the body. So when the torso turns, the hands turn with it, it looks like to the side, but no, they're in the right place, okay? So don't let the hands get crossed over or you'll weaken your structure. 1, the 2 hands lead down, everything is facing the corner. 2, as you replace, the left hand circles up by the right elbow. 3, bring this whole structure over onto the right leg. And 4, open. The stork spreads its wings. 1, neutralize. 2, step in, the hand comes up. 3, move this whole structure sideways. 4, this is going to grab, but we use what we call the tiger's mouth because it's going to grab. And it pulls across the body as the hand opens backward. Now, this is very strong actually, because the left hand is pulling down and the right hand is opening back. And it gets to be very strong. It's a very strong motion. This is a powerful motion going back like this. I don't know why in nature, why this is such a strong kind of what we needed this strength for, going back like that. But it's very strong, like that. So I'm hitting something with the back of the hand. So it ends up looking very much like the same stork spreads its wings. But the other one we came chopping inward, and this one we came chopping backward. So, okay. So stork spreads its wings. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we move this up here to give us a little more stability, because the energy is going backwards here. The major energy is going backwards. And so this foot is moving slightly forward to counterbalance that tendency to go flying backward. Okay? Neutralize. Step in. Shoulder and open. Okay, so let's put this in with the rest of this. Slanting flying. Open. Step to the side and slanting flying. Relax. Replace. Neutralize and close. Stork spreads its wings. Neutralize. Step in, shoulder, and open. The next what we're going to do is left brush knee. It looks very similar to what we've been doing. Turn, relax. Turn, relax. Turn, relax. Step, brush, push. So it's very similar to the hand is very similar. You see, when she was punching, basically I just kind of slapped it off and stuck to it, slapped it off to the side, and then slapped it off to the side, and then brush and push. So it looks very similar to what you've been doing. Turn left, only slightly. You see, the punch is coming to the center. Once the hand has come to the center, the punch then goes off to my side. I don't have to, see, the tendency with people is to overdo. So you go like this to try and knock it out, and then you're weak in that direction and you're going to fall over. You only need to move this incoming energy, see, how can I do this? To the side a little bit. So just turn, you see? Just turn a little. That's enough. Then, here comes the other side. So you turn a little. Then, step in and open the person and slide it on. Okay? Left brush knee. Okay, let's put this in. That's not too difficult. Slanting flying. Open. Step. Slanting flying. Replace. Come back. Neutralize. Close. Stork spreads its wings. Lead. Step in. Shoulder. Open. Left brush knee. Neutralize. Neutralize. Step in. And push. So it ends up looking the same as it always does. Okay, the hand to the center of the body, shoulder level, the other hand pressing down. Okay, let's look at needle at sea bottom. Needle at sea bottom. What a fun movement. Needle, there's all kinds of, like, why needle at sea bottom, the name? Well, one is you can see you're looking for something at the bottom of the sea, but why a needle? I don't know. Maybe it's something small and important. I don't know what but I heard one story, it was kind of interesting, that and this I used to tell this to students for many years, but I'm not so sure about it anymore. But anyway, in Chinese, the story was that the word for needle, like a needle, and the word for patella, or kneecap, is the same word pronounced differently. And so this, I used to teach this as a punch to the kneecap when I did it. There's another, towards the end of the form, we do it again. And you'll see there's more of a punching thing that happens. This one is a little modification because it's this, what we call chin na, or joint locking displacement practices. So it's a little different. So I know I'm not attacking the knee at this case, but in this next application, and more traditionally, it looks like this. I'll show you what it looks like. You will be doing it later. But so here they grab you, and here I knock their hand off, pull them down with this hand, and then attack out with this. And here they say, you know, it's like you're punching something in the lower body, or punching the knee, or something like that. So anyway, needle at sea bottom. Okay, the foot movement. So here we are at left brush knee. So first we relax, replace, shift back, touching dingbo on toe, facing to the new direction, and bending at the waist. Now there's going to be a tendency, A, to lead with the head and kind of relax the spine, no. Or to collapse the structure, no. What we're doing is we're pulling something down using the strength of our torso and our abdomen. So we're going to bend at the waist. You want to keep the back straight. And we only want to go down to about a 45-degree angle. If you go down too far, you're vulnerable to be pushed off. Now, another thing that people want to do is, when they're going down, is to put the weight on the forward foot. If you do that, it doesn't take much to throw you out. The weight stays on the back foot, and it is very much like bowing to somebody. You see. The whole spine moves as a unit. You don't want to, don't bunch the butt out or anything like that. You know, keep the spine straight and press down. Okay, so the foot movements once. Okay, so we just do it. I'll do it facing you. Now the hand. We've done exercises for the wrist, to circle the wrist. This is a clockwise circle. You see. And this wrist, this is going to come from the belly. So here it is turning, And it's my whole body that makes this happen. Now, if somebody really were to grab, now Bijal is really strong and I didn't want to hurt her, but it's like a snake. If she were to really hold on, using just the wrist, it would be almost impossible to get her into this position. But using the whole torso, it's much, much stronger. Believe me, the whole body, it would be like trying to hold an anaconda or something. You know, it's like, so when you're doing this movement, there's a relaxation first, and as the person grabs, the whole body is going to make this twisting motion which comes out into and manifests into the wrist. So if you can think about this from the belly turning, it'll work. If you just think about it out here, it's not going to be very effective. Okay. Now another point about taking somebody down. Remember, when you are taking something down, first you have to go up. If you want to push somebody, first you must pull them. If you want to pull them, first you must push them, etc. We always apply a little bit of the opposite energy. And so in this case, when Neil's on, because I'm going to take her down, the first thing she's grabbing, first thing is I lift slightly upward, you see, and then down she goes. Okay, so here, so you're watching this. So one, relax. Now she's got me. If you tighten up, if she grabs and you tighten up, your whole body is likely to be manipulated. If she grabs, you relax, well, you know, you got time to do things. So one, you relax. And you're up on the forward foot because if she does pull you, you can then move ahead and move onto that foot. So one, relax. Two, replace. Now we're getting back. So circle the body. Your right hand makes a nice clockwise circle. As you pull the toe into dingball stance on toe, you get comfortable. The fingers just touch the wrist because here I would be securing her hand. I just gently touch. Then I'm going to go kind of over the top and down. Remember, when she had me, well, the hand has to sort of go up over the wrist, over her wrist to make it uncomfortable. So once we're here, we're going to go over the wrist, and then this is very important. What you'll see, and this is a major default of this movement, let's say if we were doing just the same movement, is to go down and then try and do something with the hands, right? No, because then if you're pulling down and then you try and pull, it's all going to come down on top of you and will be not effective at all. What you want to make sure you're doing is you secure the hand, you press down and into her. Now, I've got about as far as my hands are comfortable to go, so I'm going to apply more pressure by bending down and inward. You see, this is applying pressure down and in. I'm not pulling her down particularly here. I'm pressuring out and in. So don't start your body and then do the hand movement. Do the hand movement, then follow with the body movement. One, relax. See, this foot comes up. I could kick now or just follow along or do something. So always want to relax. Two, replace. Now I know what I'm going to do. So I replace, circle, pull into dingball and toe, comfortably facing this wall, up and over and down. When you're finished, you're square. Don't have one side extending out, right, or some other thing. You want to be nice and square to the direction your body is headed. Relax, replace, circle, secure, press down and out. Continue with the body till you're about at a 45-degree angle. Okay, that's needle at C bottom. Okay, shall we put this in with the rest? Slanting, flying, open, step. Then you're throwing something over your shoulder. You're using the back, using your back. Slanting, flying. Raise hands. Again, relax. I don't know what's going to happen here. I'm relaxed. Okay, here comes the punch. So I get back, empty, attaching to the wrist, and close on the elbow. Stork spreads its wings, neutralize to the side. Step in, protect. Apply the shoulder strike or hip. And finally, this is going to grab, the right hand's going to, left hand's going to grab, and the right hand's going to open up. Dingbo stance on toe. Stork spreads its wings. Left brush knee. Relax, turn. Relax, turn. Join, push down, and strike. Needle at C bottom, relax. Replace, circle. Dingbo stance on toe and down. Now, we're just going to come back up. The next, for the foot movement, is we're just going to come back up, step straight ahead, and shift. Okay? So a very simple movement. So after needle at C bottom, the body, come back up, step in, and shift. Now actually, the torso is going to turn slightly to the right, but that's the major idea. Now, the hands, very simple for this. The hands, very simple. Needle at C bottom, relax, replace, circle, down. Okay, so now we think that somehow they've got their grab. So notice the left hand sort of detaches while the right wrist comes up. So the right hand is just going to come up to forehead high. The wrist is lifting, hand relaxed. The left hand stops about in front of your shoulder. Step in, and here you open your fan. So there's this feeling of pulling apart. Or if you could imagine a fan, you see this is the fan opening. Relax. Replace. Circle. Down. Take down. Fan through the back. Open, step. Now, the torso is going to turn slightly, you see my torso's facing slightly to the right to give me a little extra length in this push, in this strike, or a little extra power. It's turning slightly. Gives me a little extra torque out there. Okay? So, Fancy back. Okay. So let's put it all together up to this point. Slanting flying. 1, 2, 3. Raise hands. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stork spreads its wings. 1, 2. Don't shift any weight when you do 2. Then 3, shift, 4, open. Left brush knee, 1 turn, 2 turn, 3 step, 4 strike. Needle at C bottom, 1 relax, 2 replace, 3 circle, replace the toe, get yourself ready, 4 down. Fan through the back, 1, 1, 2. Okay, I'll do it facing you. Remember, you can, if we're just flowing through it, you can come here and step. But I want you to be careful because there's a lot of stress on this knee. That's why I suggest you open, step. Slanting flying. Raise hands, relax. Replace, empty. Close. Squeeze. 2. Stork spreads its wings. Lead in. Step in. Shoulder and open. Left brush knee, neutralize. Neutralize. Step in. Strike. Needle at C bottom, relax. Replace, circle. Secure, get ready, and down. Fan through the back. Coming up. Step in and open. Now see, this is overhead high. Make sure you don't want to, there's a tendency to have this and you kind of block your vision to that side. Keep it overhead high. And you want the shoulders to remain down as much. Try not to shorten the shoulder. When you do this movement, keep the shoulder nice and even. Even though the hand wants to be overhead high, don't lift the shoulder to do it. You know, just as easy as possible, like you're saluting. Something like that. Okay, well this is great. We covered all these movements. There's so much, isn't there? You know, it's like when in Tai Chi, every movement contains just lots and lots of beautiful possibilities. And what I'm showing you, these applications are one possibility out of thousands or infinite number of possibilities. So I've made up, you know, I've made these movements, I've made applications up to explain the form as I like to do it. So I didn't do it the other way around. I didn't have the applications and then the form evolved. No, the form was there. I designed the applications around the form. So it's interesting, isn't it? I just really enjoy that aspect. And I think it's very, very important. And I really stress it to all students of Tai Chi and other internal arts, to make sure you know what you want to do. Tai Chi is not modern dance, random movement. It might be relaxing just to be moving. It might be exercise just to be moving. It might help your concentration. It might help a lot of things. And I think it's wonderful in that way. But there's another level that one would never reach unless you examine carefully how you want to channel your energy and why. So if you could design a Tai Chi form only using Qigong principles of, you know, different meridians you're doing in different ways, I would be the first to applaud you. And I have yet to see anybody do it. But you know, I know that martial activity is not everybody's cup of tea, and it turns a lot of people off to think about pushing and hitting and blocking and on all that. But all I can say is you get through it, or maybe after some years you kind of get to enjoy using your body in that way. Anyway, so that's that. Okay, so let's go through this section. I think I'll just, go through the section one more time in the proper direction. So let's just follow along. Go from the last, go from repulse monkey. And then I tell you what, I'll just go on, and then when we're done, we'll just fade out as always, okay? So I'll go through smooth, then I'll just keep going for however long until Steffi is switching until she wants to go, okay? All right, thanks a lot, you guys. Good job, thanks a lot.
Is that bothering you?
It is. It's bothering me quite a lot here.
Yeah.
But they're also with the brain, so.
I know. Make the tea.
Oh, I love it, I love it.
Yes. Guess what?
He's not talking to us, he's talking to Gary.
He's talking to you.
Jack, would you count to 10, please?
10, 9, 7. 6,
Is your
5,
mic
4.
on?
I don't know.
You don't think it
Did you turn me on?
I don't know, you can tell me.
You turned me on, Thomas.